Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation, been around a little over 5 years, putting in solid foundations to be here for many generations to come. We're now expanding our economy, and that will benefit all our citizens because they all hold our currency, and we know that because we give it to every citizen free every month, and anybody can become a citizen. There's no fee, there's no obligation. You come along, register, and that's it. You are a valid citizen of the United States of the world. And we are also non-separatists, so you won't be put into a group with people like you in any way, because we're all just part of one big family of humanity. So we're not going to split you up into genders, colours, class, creeds, financial status, anything else. We're just seeing you as a human being, part of this big family, and all linked together, all individually unique, all having something unique to offer our community, all of equal value to our community. We have a little affirmation in a moment that helps us with that ideology. And before that, we have a very short prayer to help us find true happiness in life. Not talking about short-term pleasure, I'm talking about a beautiful inner calmness that is always with you, an inner joy. You wake up in the morning and you're happy and you're wanting to get out of bed and get on with life, and you go to bed happy and sleep soundly, knowing that you've enjoyed the day and it's been a good day. Of course, you'll have peaks of pleasure and sometimes bits of sorrow that'll come into your life, but underneath it all, you'll have that perfect happiness, and that is true happiness. And you can't buy it. The only way you can get it is through loving service to other people. The great thing about being of service to other people is it attracts into your life everything that you need. So you don't have to chase after money or worry about relationships or how are you going to make time to do this or that or the other. It'll all start working for you. Just get out of bed, happy, joyful, and looking for people to help. Okay, and that's it. So we'll get it started with those in just a second, but let me welcome you, whether you're here in the live or whether you're watching the recording, because we record all these events because we know that 7 p.m. London time isn't convenient for everybody. And even if it's convenient one day, it may not be convenient every day and this sort of thing. So these are all recorded because we stream them live into Facebook and into YouTube. The advantage of being here in our link, and you can do that, you can just come in, it's fine, is that you can get a translation of my verbal goings on in English into English, if you like, because you may be not understanding my accent, or any, well, not any other language, but they have a number of different languages that you can select to get that translated into. You can also participate voice-wise and in video or whatever, if you choose. And you can use the chat section to ask questions. Now, if you're in YouTube, you can actually put into the comments and it'll appear in our chat, but you won't get a response if I respond in the comments. In Facebook, I don't think the comments are even getting into us. When I've tested it, they're not. So I don't know why, but that's Facebook for you. Okay. So as I say, welcome to you. You're all equally welcome, all equally loved. Let's get started now with our little prayer and affirmation. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. And through that love, that each member may find the joy of service. And through service, bless each member, that they may attract true happiness and everything they need into their life. Amen. And We are also have our little affirmation. We're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay. Right. Thanks for being here. Updates. Let's give you some numbers for a start. I have them here. We have an increase of 5 in the 777 plan to 45,089, an increase of 22 in our registered members to 53,126. That same 22 is reflected in our active member count to 3,950. We have no change in the Share Hope Powerline plan, 789, and we have no change in the Easy Team Builder, 1,072, and no change in the Success Blueprint, standing at 56. So there we go. Today, today we have an unexpected guest, I think, but that's fine. As long as everybody behaves, we're happy to have them here. Okay, today Vishal has completed the tasks he had on the Easy Team Builder and is now working on the special wallet for the best plan ever. We still don't know how long it's going to take. He'll know better once he's really got into that development on the best plan ever. We'll get it done as quickly as we can, and that's all I can really say about that. The Devyani has been mainly liaising with Fun Miracles to get our game site up and running, trivia games, which you'll be able to play free. There will also be a paid option once we get the back end completed, where for $2 you can win as much as, well, I can't remember the exact figure, but it's over $50,000 if you win 7 consecutive games in each level. Well, 1 game in each of 7 levels. Okay. So it's going to be very exciting to get that going live. If you are still looking for the test site now to play, where we had a lot of members testing things and seeing what we could break, I don't think that site is now working. It shouldn't be working, but even if it is, it's of no use to us anymore. We are going on to the new site, which will be in funmiracles.com URL. So we have various people in. Let me welcome you each individually, those that are in here live. We got Lewis from Portugal, Lisbon in Portugal. We've got Norman from Doncaster in England. Ramachandra from Watford in England. Let me put my glasses on again so I can get everybody correctly. We've got Ron from Amsterdam in Holland. We've got Nankiep from Nigeria. We have Bozina from Edinburgh in Scotland. Kingsley from Manchester, England. We have the other regular Bozina here from Slovenia. We have Derek from Wado City, Nigeria. We've got Kim from Corkin Island. We've got Ina Amundsen from Norway. And we've got somebody called Craven Moorhead, who is from New Zealand. I don't believe that's the real name. We have Susie from YouTube saying scam, scam, scam. Okay. I've been asked here, and I'm going to cover it anyway. I have it on my things to get covered today, and that is today the commissions were released for Vibe. Something that everybody's been waiting for. Now, I think that they are probably disappointed, even though they're going to be saying they're very happy because they paid out $500,000 in commissions, which I think is probably accurate. But I think they're probably a little disappointed because that represents probably 4,500 people that have upgraded out of well over 70,000 people that registered initially. Now, of those 70,000 people, I think there's probably about 10,000 that paid $25 for a position, and then less than half of those, I believe, have actually upgraded. What I am seeing is that the people that Vibe have prioritized, the members of their family and things like that, which is pretty normal, have all gone in at the top, and they'll be making quite a lot of money from everybody that's in below them. I understand that the top earner is somebody that generated about $15,000 in commissions. Our own commission, I think, was really disappointing because it means that we were not put in a privileged position in the matrix, as was sort of indicated that would happen to people that had done most of the recruiting. So we have, in fact, generated just about $1,000 rather than what I'd initially hoped would be around about 10,000. I revised that when I realized that even my limited projections based on my experience in the past, which I thought we'd probably have about 7,000 people in, but I based projections based on Vibe as well as my own. But my limited projections, I thought we'd probably get into a decent position and make maybe $3,000 or $4,000. And I expressed this the other day. You know, I said I don't think we're even going to get to 5, but to only get to 1,000, I think is a little bit disappointing. And I think that Vibe is going to contract before it expands again. It is here to stay, and they have got plenty of funds behind them, but I think they suffered from misinformation that it wasn't intended, but I think they gave the impression early on that people would be able to sort of join and register and they'd make $1,800 a month without doing anything. And whilst that is potentially possible, I don't think anybody's really going to do it. So where do we go from here? Well, my advice to you is, if you're in the matrix and you have no downline in the matrix and you're not going to get out there and bring people into the matrix, whether it's directly through Vibe, through the Success Blueprint, or through the Best Plan Ever, you've got 30 days from today anyway to see what's going on. And if you fall into that category where you're in the matrix and you don't have people that you've referred that you need to look after and help, and you're making, $3 or $5 or something like that, unless you really want the products, which I, in all sincerity, believe that most people are not really interested in the products, no matter what it is, what organization, what company they're involved in. They're interested in making money. And so consequently, my advice would be not to continue paying for the products unless you really, really want them, because it's going to take quite a long time for them to build that matrix to a point where you would see financial benefit. And sad to say that, but that is my view. However, if you've got people underneath you, and if you are going to be bringing people in, and you think that you're going to do that either directly through Vibe, which a lot of people will do, and they'll be successful. They'll be a minority, but they will do it through the Success Blueprint or through the Best Plan Ever. Then it's not worth you spending another $250 or $160, or even, and especially that enterprise, which I really don't understand the worth of, which is about $40, I think. So that is my considered opinion based on the results that are out there now. I do believe that Vibe will create many millionaires over time. They will be a vast minority, similar to nearly every other opportunity out there. We're going to be looking at probably 2% of the people that get involved and stay with it, let alone the people that get in and then drop out. But I do see it shrinking before it grows again, because people will say, oh, I got involved in this and I've only made $3, or I've only made $10 or $20 or even $100 if they spent $170 or $260. It's not financially going to benefit you. Now, that advice again, of course, is going to knock We Share Abundance's commissions. As I say, we made about 1,000. 260 of that is held back anyway for next month. They don't release that, so we're down to $700 and something, a little bit less than 800, I think, in this month. And I see that shrinking before it grows again. So you've got to make your own decisions, because you are grown people, adults. You've got to weigh it all up for yourself. And I think we can still use it effectively, but not in the way that that Vibe would normally be operating. It would be operating through our feeders. Okay. So let me just have a quick look. We've got a few comments here from people. We've got Craven Moorhead. I don't know who you are, Craven. I don't know whether you remember or not, but you're welcome here anyway. And he's saying, is this a scam? And I don't know what you mean by is this a scam, what you're referring to. It's up to you to do your own due diligence and make your own decisions, of course. I wouldn't be misled by many of the platforms that are out there that offer advice and pretty much call everybody a scam just to get visitors to their site and make money. Do your own due diligence and use your own intelligence. We've got Peter in from the Cameroon. Craven said, Danny Dihek exposed them. Danny Dihek's a twit, in all honesty. But that's up to you. If you like what he says, then fine. Please answer the questions. I gave more respect. I think I've answered your questions. And we've got Radio Pirata in from Puerto Rico. Do you think I do this for clicks? I've no idea what you do it for, Craven. It's none of my business anyway. We've got Dave Pacehill. My downline still waiting on refund on We Share Abundance. How did they get it? There are no refunds from We Share Abundance, Dave, so I don't know. Don't know what you're talking about there, but put in a support ticket. Craven Moorhead, how did you get paid? I got paid the way that everybody gets paid. It goes into your wallet in Vibe, and then you transfer it into the Vibe Bucks thing, which is linked up to another payment system. And from there, you can either transfer it to your bank or to crypto or various other options, same as anybody else. It's all there on their website. So I suggest you get it from the horse's mouth rather than from me, but the system works and you do get the withdrawals that you're due from the original commissions that were paid on the charter membership. That I withdrew, no problem. I took it in crypto, but people can take it any way they want. Okay. So that covers my update from Vibe. The programming for the mole, I'm hoping that Devyani will be able to get back on tomorrow, but as I say, we are having a bit of difficulty with the Fun Miracles site because there's some, they're using a database which isn't MySQL. I don't know which one, I can't remember. I have seen it, Mabongo or something like that. And apparently that isn't compatible with our servers or server hosting. And there are workarounds for it, but that is what Devyani and the Fun Miracles team that we employed are trying to get sorted out now. And once that database is sorted out, then hopefully it'll just go smoothly and we'll be able to get everything on the on the site and up and running and working. Initially, it will be working only for the 3 games. We got this Craven guy who's been. How much did you get paid? I already mentioned that. We got about $1,000 with 260 held back. We've got a net, I can't remember the exact figure, but it was less than $800 net. Dave Pacehill says Ubungo is database. Okay. So there you go. Craven Moorhead. I've told you all about this. You get it in Vibe Bucks and then you transfer it into whatever currency you choose. Okay. So I'm not answering any further questions on Vibe. Vibe is really nothing to do with us. It is simply a third-party program that is in our downline builder if you want to join it or not. It's up to you. Okay. Right, so I've gone through the numbers. I've told you what's happening development-wise. I'm finished with Vibe. It's up to everybody else to make their own decisions. Let's give some money away. Share screen. Window. Random.org, share. Okay, that should be coming up for you now, folks. Here we go. We have numbers from 2 to 2758 in the spreadsheet, and each of those numbers represents one of our Active Elite members. And random.org will, when we click on generate, do what it says it will. It will truly randomly select one of those numbers. And then we'll go to the spreadsheet, see who that number is linked to, and we'll give them some money. Okay, so here we go, click. And it's number 1875. I'm going to put that in the spreadsheet. 1875, so I don't lose it and forget it. And then we can stop sharing that, and we can do a spreadsheet. Craven Moorhead, I understand you may not be messaging me under your own free will, and I want you to know I recognize your situation. I don't know what all that's about. Go away, Craven. Okay. Okay. We're about to get to the spreadsheet now. So here we go, share screen, window, spreadsheet, share. Right. Let me check that that is coming up for you. Yep. So let's get to the spreadsheet and find out who it is. That was the number 1875. So let's see who it is. 1875. Here we go. Copy. Let's get back up to the top. Paste that in there. Make those a bit bigger so we can see who they are. And I know Kiwi Online is in here. He will be watching the replay, so congratulations to Kiwi Online. He's going to get a matching payment from his referral, Top Bricky. And it's going to be would have been 150, but he's not in Poverty Crusher. So it's going to be a $130 payment going out to Top Bricky and Kiwi Online. So congratulations to Top Bricky. I'm not sure what his name is, but Carl from New Zealand, congratulations too. So let me save that so I don't lose it. And we can stop sharing that. And that's it for today, folks. Anybody that's missed anything, we will they'll have to watch the replay, the recording. Until then, God bless, and I love you all. We will be working behind the scenes for you at all times. I look forward to being here tomorrow at 7 p.m. London time. Here in our link, available streaming on YouTube and also in Facebook. Until then, get out there, share your link, and give people an opportunity or a reason to click it. The rest of it is up to them. God bless.